Hi, good day. This is Miss LM and we're back again with another math video, and today we're going to talk about medians of a triangle. But before that, I would like to say thank you to my key teacher here at our school, Miss Mercy I. Visayas, for lending me this PowerPoint. Okay, so for this video, we have these objectives. The first one, illustrate or construct medians of a triangle. Second is to define median of a triangle. And third is to solve for the length of a segment using the centroid and the median of a triangle. So, let's begin. What's your idea about median of a triangle? So, what comes first into your mind when you hear the word median? To know more about median of a triangle, let's do this activity. Okay. So, in this activity, you're going to use your pen, your notebook, and a ruler. So, for this task 1, please prepare your pen or pencil, notebook, and ruler. Pakikuha na po. Okay, nandiyan na ba ang inyong pencil, notebook, at ruler? Let us now follow these steps for us to know more about median of a triangle. First, draw a triangle. So, using your ruler, draw a triangle. Again, triangle is a figure with 3 sides, 3 angles, 3 vertices, right? Okay, nakapag-draw na ba? Now, label it triangle BOY. So, how are we going to label it? We have point B, point O, and point Y. Okay, so are you done doing these 2 steps? Next, step number 3. Measure each side of the triangle. So, using your ruler, get the measurement of the 3 sides of your triangle. Do not forget to write kung ano yung measurement niya. Okay, so the first side, side BY, anong measurement? Use your ruler, depende na po sa inyo kung anong gusto nyong unit of measure. Meron kayo dyang inches and centimeters. Okay? Another side, side YO. Do not forget to write the measurement. Then, the third side. So, kung ano po yung ginamit nyong unit of measure from the first side, ganun na rin lang po yung gamitin yung unit of measure dun sa second and third side. Okay? So, may sukat na ba ang bawat sides ng triangle BOY ninyo? So, kung meron na, let's have step number 4. Find and mark the midpoint of each side. So, when we say midpoint, again, pag sinabing midpoint, ito yung nasa center or nasa gitna. So, yung mga measurements ng bawat side na yan na nakuha ninyo kanina, na sinulat ninyo, divide nyo by 2 para mahanap nyo yung center niya or yung midpoint niya. So, pag nahanap nyo or na-divide nyo na by 2, gamitin nyo ulit yung ruler para ma-identify nyo kung nasan nga ba yung midpoint. Again, using the measurement from step number 3, i-divide mo ito by 2, use your ruler again, and then, hanapin mo kung nasan ngayon yung measurement na yon or yung kalahati nung side na yon. So, hanapin po ang midpoint. Again, pag sinabing midpoint, it is a point on a line segment that divides it into 2 equal parts. So, kaya nga po, we have to divide it by 2. It is the halfway point in a line segment. So, alin ang halfway ng side BY mo, alin ang halfway ng side OY mo, at alin ang midpoint ng side BO ng triangle BOY mo. Lagyan po ng marka, huwag kalimutan, lagyan mo na agad ng point. Ayan. So, do not forget to write the midpoint on your triangle. Okay? Sige po. Kapag divide na ng bawat measurements, gamitin ulit ang ruler para mahanap yung measurement na yon at huwag kalimutang lagyan ng midpoint. Okay. So, if you're done, let's proceed to our task number 2. So, this is just the continuation of the steps that we have to follow for us to proceed to the median of a triangle. Okay, so now, draw a line connecting point B to the midpoint on the opposite side. So, ang point B natin ay ito, at ang opposite side niya ay side OY. Again, we have to draw a line connecting point B to the midpoint. Point B to the midpoint. Yung midpoint natin, yung nilagyan natin ng palatandaan, kani-kanina lang. Let us draw the line. Okay. So, yung line na yan ay ang tinatawag nating median. Okay? This is one of the median of triangle BOY. Next, number 2. Draw a line connecting point O to the midpoint on the opposite side. Point O, ang opposite side niya ay side BY. So, connect natin yan. And again, dahil midpoint ngayon, kung napansin nyo kanina, nagkaroon tayo ng ganitong symbol or markings. Pag may ganitong markings, again, equal measurements po sila. Midpoint kanina, nahati sa dalawang equal parts, kaya yung markings natin, it shows that these two segments from side OY are congruent. At ganoon din dito. So, yung ating side BY, nahati siya into two equal parts. And this segment here, yung ating dinro, that's the second median of our triangle BOY. Then, for the third median, draw a line connecting point Y. Again, yung point Y natin ay vertex ng triangle papunta dun sa midpoint na dinro natin kanina. And this line segment, again, is another median of this triangle. And these segments of side BO, again, ay nahati siya. So, that means kung ito ay 2, ito ay 2 din, di ba? Kung ito ay 1.5, this one is also 1.5. So, ganun po siya. Okay, so what can you say about the segments that you have drawn? Tatlong line segments from the vertex to the midpoint. Again, from the vertex to the midpoint, from the vertex to the midpoint, from the vertex to the midpoint. Ang tawag natin dyan ay medians. Okay? Medians of the triangle. A triangle has always 3 medians. Tandaan po, this is the line segment from the vertex to the midpoint. You have to start with the vertices of this triangle. Then, pupunta ka dun sa midpoint. Siyempre, hindi naman tayo magkakaroon ng midpoint kung hindi pa muna natin hinanap si midpoint. Una sa lahat, we have to measure the sides, look for the midpoint, and then saka pa tayo makakapag-draw ng mga medians. Okay? Now, the median starts at the vertex and ends at the midpoint of the opposite side. So, yun nga po yung sinabi ko sa inyo. Start tayo kay point B, papunta dun sa midpoint ng opposite side niya. Nag-start kay point O, papunta dun sa midpoint sa side na opposite niya. And then, yung point Y na vertex, dun tayo nag-start mag-draw, and then papunta dun sa midpoint sa side na opposite ng vertex Y. So, meron tayo dito another part, which is the centroid. At alin naman ang tinatawag na centroid? So, ayan, nakita nyo po yung point. Yun po yung ating tinatawag na centroid. So, in other words, ano ba itong centroid? Kung mapapansin nyo po, itong ating second triangle, wherein meron tayong tatlo ulit na medians. Here are the midpoints. Then, nag-draw ng line segment from the vertex to the midpoint, vertex to the midpoint, vertex to the midpoint. And, kung mapapansin nyo po, meron siyang common point kung saan nagtagpo yung tatlong median. At ang tawag doon ay ang centroid. Centroid is the point where all 3 medians meet. Okay, balik tayo dito. Kung ang atin pong medians na dinro, di ba, tatlong medians yon. Kung dinro natin ito at medyo may mali tayo sa computation na midpoint, hindi po magtatagpo yan sa isang point lamang. At pag ganun po yung nangyari, ibig sabihin may mali po tayo sa drawing natin. Kaya po importante na tama yung midpoint at tama rin yung pagkakagawa natin dun sa median. Again, centroid, ayan, siya yung point of intersection ng tatlong median. At ibig sabihin, kung hindi magi-intersect ang tatlong medians na yon sa iisang point, may mali po sa dinrawing ninyo. So, yung ginagawa niyo po kanina, pakicheck po ulit ang triangle BOY. Iisa ba ang point of intersection ng tatlong medians? If yes, that means you have illustrated the medians correctly. If no, balikan po ulit yung measurements ng bawat sides, and then, yung midpoint na nilagay natin sa bawat sides na yun. So, what is the centroid? Aside from being the point of intersection of the 3 medians, it is also the center of balance for the triangle. You can balance a triangle on the tip of your pencil if you place the tip on the centroid. Okay, so para malaman din po ninyo or para sa kaalaman din ninyo, kung ikakat ninyo yung triangle na meron kayo ngayon at nakita nyo na tama yung centroid na meron kayo, So, kapag daw ibinalance natin ang triangle na yan sa tip of a pencil, hindi ito basta-basta mafo-fall. Kumbaga, nahanap natin yung gitna, mapapantay natin ng mas maayos, at hindi basta-basta malalaglag ang triangle na ito. Okay? So, that's the centroid. Now, let us have the medians of any types of triangle. So, silipin natin ano ba ang itsura ng mga medians ng iba't ibang type ng triangle. Okay? Again, tandaan po natin, median of a triangle is a segment whose endpoints are the vertex of a triangle and the midpoint of the opposite side. Ang vertex po ay yung mga points na bumubuo dun sa ating triangle. And the midpoint po is yung ating hinanap na measurement. Again, paano mahanap ang midpoint? Sukatin mo na yung side and then i-divide by 2 yung measurement ng side. Doon natin mahanap yung midpoint. And alin ang tinatawag na median? Yung segment na idodraw natin from vertex to midpoint. Again, ayan po yung ating unang median dito. And tandaan po, pag may midpoint at kapag may median, ibig sabihin, yung side opposite this vertex ay mahahati po into 2 equal parts. Kaya kung itong side na to ay 24, ibig sabihin, yan po ay parehong 12. Okay? Mahahati sa gitna. Kasi nga, midpoint ang hinanap. Tapos, nag-draw ng line, yun yung median. Okay? So, anong itsura kapag meron tayong obtuse triangle? Okay? So, we have this first median. Ang median po natin dito ay line segment AF. Okay, list down nga natin. What are the medians here? So, the first one is line segment AF. Ano naman ang kanyang midpoint sa side opposite vertex A? Ang side doon ay side BC. At ang midpoint po ay ang point F. Okay? Another one. So, we have this vertex papunta dun sa midpoint. Ang midpoint po ay point E. At ang median naman is this line segment CE. Okay? Then, the last one, we have from vertex B ng triangle papunta dun sa midpoint ng opposite side, side CA. Ang midpoint po na nandyan ay point D. Okay? At ang median ay line segment BD or line segment DB. So, the medians are line segment AF, ito siya, line segment CE, and line segment BD. The midpoints are point F, point E, and point D. And as you can see, yung markings natin, again, nagpapakita yan na ang line segment AD ay equal sa line segment CD. So, equal yung measurements niyaan. Also, yung nandun sa baba, line segment BF is equal to line segment CF. And then, the last side po natin is itong side AB. So, nahati siya. Meron tayo ngayon 2 equal portions, line segment AE and line segment BE. This is an obtuse triangle. Okay? At yung point P, yan naman ang tinatawag nating, again, centroid. Okay? Centroid. It is the point of intersection of the 3 medians of a triangle. Now, let's have an acute triangle. The angles are less than 90 degrees. So, lahat yan ay less than 90 degrees. And the total degree angle is 180. Now, if we draw the medians here, again, kailangan muna natin ng midpoint. Pag nahanap yung midpoint, so pwede na tayong mag-draw ng median. So, the first median here, ano yung unang median in this figure? So, segment CE. Okay? At ang midpoint ay point E. Okay. So, that means this line segment BE is congruent or equal to line segment AE. Another one. So, we have this line segment BD, considered to be the second median that have been drawn. And then, the midpoint po ay ang point D. At dahil may midpoint tayo, si line segment AD ay congruent kay line segment CD. And then, the last median here is this one. So, ang last median ay line segment AF with the midpoint at point F. Ayan. So, ibig sabihin, si line segment BF ay congruent kay line segment FC or CF. And again, meron tayong point of intersection for these 3 medians. Ang tawag po natin doon, huwag kakalimutan, centroid. Okay? Centroid. Now, for the right triangle naman, pag sinabing right triangle, meron tayong right angle na isa. Then, the two other angles are known to be the acute angle. So, wag niyo pong kakalimutan yan na pag-aralan na natin yan sa right triangle congruence theorem sa previous video natin. Okay? So, now, if we draw the medians here, this is what it looks like. So, we have again the first median here. Ayan, na-dinro. Line segment AD. At ang midpoint, so dito na natin ilagay sa itaas, ang midpoint po ay nasa point D. That means, this side, side BC ay nahati at meron tayong line segment BD and line segment CD. Okay? And then next median natin, ayan, so we have line segment BF or FB. So, ang midpoint naman na na-draw ay ang point F. Then, the last median here, ayan po. So, we have line segment CE or EC. Okay? At ang midpoint po na makikita natin on that side ay ang point E. Okay? Ibig sabihin, nahati niya ulit ang side AB into line segment AE and line segment BE. And again, wag kakalimutan ang point of intersection hanggat wala tayong point of intersection for those three medians. Ibig sabihin, may mali tayo sa pagdodraw natin ng median. Kaya, be careful po sa pag-measure ng sides at sa pagkuha ng midpoint. Pag nakuha natin yun ng tama, hindi po tayong magkakamali when it comes to doing the medians of those triangle. And para malaman na tama yung ating segment for the medians, kailangan meron tayong centroid or the point of intersection of those three medians. Okay? Now, the three medians of an obtuse, acute, and a right triangle always meet inside the triangle. So, kapag daw obtuse, acute, and right triangle, ang intersection ng tatlong medians na ito ay matatagpuan sa loob ng triangle. Okay? Inside. Now, punta naman tayo dito sa measurement ng medians. Okay? So, based from the information here, the centroid is 2/3 of the distance from the vertex to the opposite side. So, alin ba yung distance from the vertex to the opposite side? So, for example, this vertex to its opposite side. So, yung tinutukoy dito na distance from vertex to the opposite side is the median itself. Okay? Yan ay ang median. So, if median is x, okay, x muna natin yan, ibig sabihin daw, yung from vertex up to the centroid is 2/3 of the median. So, ibig sabihin, for this median and this segment, 2/3 x siya. Okay, so ito yon from this point up to the centroid only. And then, yung centroid, papunta naman dun sa midpoint ay, so anong kulang para maging 1 whole? Meron tayong 1/3 x. So, ibig sabihin yan, vertex to centroid is 2/3 x, and then, pag nag-add tayo ng 1/3 x, yan naman ay ang centroid to midpoint. Equal yan ngayon dun sa kabuuan na median. Okay. So, ganun din dito sa iba pang medians, from vertex to centroid and centroid to midpoint. So, for this median, so we can say that this is 2/3 y, and then this one is 1/3 y. Dito naman, again, hindi kayo mag-uumpisa dun sa midpoint ha. Start kayo dito sa vertex. Vertex to centroid. That could be 2/3, so z naman. And then from centroid to midpoint, yan naman ay 1/3 z. Okay. Now, hanapan naman natin ng relationship itong segment na from vertex to centroid and centroid to midpoint. So, kung titingnan natin, using this equation, let's remove the denominator. 2/3 x plus 1/3 x is equals to x. And how can we remove the denominator? So, just multiply it by the LCD. And the LCD is 3. So, magkakaroon tayo ng whole number, 2x na lang siya kasi makakancel. And then, 1/3 times 3, magiging x na lang siya, equals to 3x. So, dito tayo mag-focus. Again, itong una is yung vertex to centroid. So, that's 2x. And then, yung pangalawa, which is centroid to midpoint, yun naman ay yung x. So, ibig sabihin nito, ang vertex to centroid ay twice ng measurement ng centroid to midpoint. So, ito daw po ay twice ng measurement nitong isang segment na ito. And ganun din dun sa iba pa. So, for the second natin, yung y, meron tayo dyang, ang vertex to centroid ay 2y, and then yung centroid to midpoint ay y. Then yung isa naman, yung z natin, vertex to centroid ay 2z and centroid to midpoint ay z. So, this also means that this segment, centroid to midpoint, ay kalahati. Kalahati siya nung vertex to centroid. So, ito siya. Let's have another example here. Again, tandaan, yung mas mahabang segment from the median is 2x. Then, yung mas maikli from the median or from centroid to midpoint ay x na lang. So, twice siya, itong segment na to ay twice itong mas maikli. So, itong mas maikli na ito ay kalahati lang nitong isang ito. So, if we have these measurements, so from vertex to centroid is 10, again, kalahati niya yung centroid to the midpoint. Or kung mapapansin nyo, yung vertex to centroid is doble nito. So, pag minultiply natin to by 2, magkakaroon tayo ng 10. At yung kabuuan ng median is, 10 plus 5 is 15. Okay? So, yun yung kabuuan ng median. Another one. So, ayan. If this is 32, from vertex to centroid is 32, ano naman yung centroid to midpoint? Again, kalahati siya, di ba? So, what is 32 divided by 2? The answer is 16. And yung kabuuan ngayon yan ay magiging So, 32 plus 16 is 48. Okay? So, again, from centroid to midpoint ay kalahati lamang nitong vertex to centroid. And yung vertex to centroid, syempre, doble siya nitong centroid to midpoint. Okay, another. Okay, so we have here this triangle ABC, and the medians here are, so ano yung medians natin? Line segment AF, line segment CE. So, ito siya. From C to E, and then line segment BD. So, these are the three medians of this triangle ABC, and point P is the centroid. So, tandaan natin, kapag may centroid or kapag may medians, makukuha natin yung measurement nung bawat portion ng medians na yon. So, this is another thing na kailangan nating tandaan. Aside dun sa segment from vertex to centroid ay twice the measurement of the segment from centroid to midpoint. So, aside from that, ito pa po yun. That this segment from vertex to centroid is 2/3 of the measurement of the median. So, AP is equals to 2/3 AF. So, ang AF po yung median. 2/3 daw niyan ay itong line segment na ito. Again, from vertex to centroid. Ganun din yung CP. So, from this vertex to point P is 2/3 only noong kabuuan, which is yung median CE. And same din dito sa last natin na median. So, median BD. 2/3 lamang na line segment BD itong line segment BP. So, paano natin ito magagamit? For example, meron tayong measurement ng line segment AF or the median AF. If the median AF is 6, what will be the measurement of line segment AP? Kung ang kabuuan daw ay 6, ano daw ang measurement nitong line segment AP? So, dito po papasok ang paggamit nitong formula na ito. So, AP is equals to 2/3 of AF and AF is 6. So, 2 times 6 is 12, divided by 3 is 4. So, that means line segment AP is 4, and yung line segment PF, which is yung from centroid to midpoint, again, kalahati siya nito. So, anong kalahati ng 4? That is 2. So, yan po ay 2. And, ganun din po yung gagawin natin dun sa iba pang medians. So, kung ang given ay median, measurement mismo ng median at tinatanong yung measurement ng bawat segments, this is what we're going to do. Multiply the given measurement of the median by 2/3, and then, makukuha natin doon ay yung measurement ng segment from vertex to centroid. Then, after that, makukuha na natin yung measurement ng from centroid to the midpoint. Okay? Let's have another example here. Here we have still the triangle ABC, same medians po. Kaya lang meron tayo ditong measurement ng segment PF, which is 5. So, yung segment PF na yan ay ang from centroid to midpoint. So, sabi dito, point P is the centroid of triangle ABC, and yun nga po, line segment PF is 5. The question is, what is the measurement or find the measurement of the median itself, yung AF, and also yung AP. So, in this case, pwede natin unahin yung AP bago natin hanapin yung AF. So, line segment AP is twice the measurement of line segment PF. So, multiply lang natin itong PF by 2, makukuha natin yung measurement ng line segment AP. That is, what is 2 times 5? That's equals to 10. At dahil 10 na ito, paano ngayon yung kabuuan? Ang gagawin lang natin is 10 plus 5, and that is 15. So, line segment AF is 15. Or the median, again, yung AF natin dyan, or FA, yan po yung median. Etong PF, ito yung segment from centroid to the midpoint. And this one naman is yung from vertex to the centroid. So, very important din na alam natin yung mga parts na tinitingnan natin, yung segment na hinahanap. So, please be careful tayo. Tandaan yung vertex to centroid, centroid to midpoint, at yung mismong median. Okay? Let's have another examples, or you can try this one. Okay. So, are you ready? First question. Which line is the median? Okay, so I have here line A and line B and these markings. Again, ang median ay ang line segment from the vertex to the midpoint. Alin ba dito ang nagpapakita na siya ay nasa gitna noong side opposite to that vertex? Walang iba kundi ang line A. Second question. Fill in the blank with the correct term. Use the accompanying figure. So we have this figure, triangle AYE with the line segment ES. If S is the midpoint of side YA, then line segment ES is a blank of triangle YEA. Ano daw ang tawag natin sa line segment ES na ito? Since point S is the midpoint of this side. So, walang iba kundi median. Okay? So, line segment ES is a median of triangle YEA. Another, question number 3. Fill in the blank again. In triangle ABC, one of the median is blank. So, alin daw dito ang median? Ano ba ang palatandaan natin na median? Nasa midpoint, yung isang point or dulo ng line segment natin. At paano natin masasabi na siya ay nasa midpoint? Kailangan nasa gitna siya ng side. So, alin dito ang may symbol na nasa gitna daw? Noong side na yon ang point at nandun din yung line segment na yon na tinatawag natin median. So, walang iba kundi, alin ba yon? Line segment CF, line segment AD, or line segment BE. So, dapat po, ang sagot natin ay line segment BE. Okay. So, yun lang naman po yung may markings na congruent yung dalawang portion na yon. So, malamang, yun po yung median natin. This one is not a median. This one also is not a median. Fourth question. Yan na, may solving na. So, assume that these are median. So, ibig sabihin, kung ito ay medians, these line segments are congruent, or these line segments are congruent. Also, this one, they are congruent. Okay. So, if the line segment GF is 15, again, kapag ganito may mga measurements na, kailangan malinaw ang ating mga mata at hanapin ang tinutukoy na measurement or part ng triangle na yon. Line segment GF, alin ba siya? So, this one. From point G to point F, so that's from centroid to the midpoint, is 15. So, yan daw ay 15. Ano naman daw ang measurement nitong line segment KG? And kung mapapansin nyo, yung line segment KG ay from vertex to centroid. So, again, that is twice the measurement of this one. So, this will be 15 times 2 is 30. Okay. Next, ganun po ulit. This is a triangle JKL, and these line segments here, line segment LD, JE, and KF are medians, with point G as centroid. So, here we have line segment JG. So, yun yung nabanggit. JG is 10. Alin ba siya dito? Nasaan ba yung JG? So, from point J to point G. So, from vertex to the centroid. And this is 10. So, ang nawawala ngayon ay ang line segment JE. So, ang tinatanong ay ang line segment JE, which is yung buong median. So, paano natin mahanap ang measurement ng buong median? So, we can look first for the value of GE and then add it with 10. So, ano ba magiging measurement ng line segment GE? Divide natin ito by 2. So, this is 5. And 10 plus 5 is 15. Okay? Or, pwede naman natin gamitin yung formula again. Ang JG ay equal sa 2/3 ng JE. At ang JE yung nawawala. So, using this equation, so, ganyan yung mangyayari dyan. So, assume natin na yan ay X. Multiply both sides by the LCD. So, ang LCD natin ay 3. So, this is 30 is equals to, makakancel yan, 2x. Then, divide both sides by 2. So, x is equals to 15. So, same din naman po yung kalalabasan niya. Mas mahaba pa nga po ang process nitong isang ito compare dun sa naghanap tayo ng value ng GE and then pinag-add natin yung dalawang yun. Okay? Number 6. Again, tingnan maigi yung given. If line segment JL is 22, then FL is equals to blank. Alin ba yung JL? J to L. So, yung JL na yan ay side. Okay? Side. At dahil nga po, medians ang ating mga line segment na ito na nasa gitna, ibig sabihin, point F is a midpoint. That means, they are equal. Segment JF and segment LF are equal. So, if JL, yung kabuuan ay 22, ano daw yung kalahati nito? So, that is, ayan, 11. And for the last question here, question number 7. Find X if KG is equals to 7X plus 1 and GF is equals to 2X plus 5. So, alin ba muna yung KG? Baka natatakot na kaagad may binomial. So, huwag kayong matakot. Identify muna natin yung parts and then saka tayo mag-formulate ng equation. So, KG, from point K to point G, so yan yung from vertex to centroid. And then, ang GF naman ay ang from centroid to midpoint. So, what are we going to do? Okay, so we're going to create an equation based from the given. So, we have 7x plus 1 is equals to 2 times 2x plus 5. So, we have to multiply GF by 2 para maging equal sila. Di po ba? Instead na mag-divide tayo by 2 dito sa isa, mas maganda kung mag-multiply na lang tayo ng 2 dun sa mas maikli para maging equal sila. Okay? So, now, multiply natin. 2 times 2x is 4x and 2 times 5 is 10. Again, we have to multiply dahil, di ba, yung formula natin dyan kanina is 2x and then x. Para maging equal sila, all you need to do is to multiply this one by 2 at makakapag-form na tayo ng equation. So, ito yung in-apply natin dito. So, now, nakapag-distribute na tayo. Solve algebraically. Additive inverse of positive 4x or we have to apply SPE. That's negative 4x, same as dito sa kabilang side, SPE din, or subtraction property of equality. Mag-subtract tayo ng 1, so minus 1, at saka minus 4x. Magkakaroon po ng 7x minus 4x is equals to 10 minus 1. So, subtract natin, 7x minus 4x is 3x, equals to 9, then divide both sides by 3. The answer is 3. Okay? So, the value of x is 3. Ayan. So, kung yan ay 3, ano naman kaya? So, let's erase this one. Ano naman kaya yung value kaya nung mismong line segment? So, if x is 3, hindi man tinatanong, pero let's see kung ano nga ang magiging measurements nila. KG is 7x plus 1. So, let's substitute. 7 times 3 plus 1, that's 21 plus 1 equals to 22. And then dun sa GF, 2 times 3 plus 5. So that's 6 plus 5 is equals to 11. Ayan. So, kung mapapansin nyo, yung 11 ay kalahati ng 22 or yung 22 ay twice noong 11. So, we're done with this topic, medians of a triangle. So, you have to remember those steps that we made to make or to draw medians on our triangle. And tandaan po, nasa loob po lagi yung medians. The first step is to draw the triangle, and if we have the drawing of the triangle already, all you need to do is to measure the sides and then look for the midpoint. Saka po tayo magdodraw ng line segment from the vertex to the midpoint. And kailangan kapag nakapag-draw na tayo nung tatlong medians na yon, ay magtagpo sila sa isang point na tinatawag natin na centroid. And another thing is how to find the measurements of the median. So, the median is, nahati siya into two parts. Yung isa ay yung from vertex to centroid, which is twice the measurement of the line segment from the centroid to the midpoint. Okay? So, that's all for this video. If you have questions, huwag kayong mahiyang mag-comment, and huwag niyo pong kalimutang mag-like at mag-share nitong video. And keep safe everyone. Thank you and God bless.